Hi, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I want to tell the internet because I was embarrassingly far along in my career before anyone explained to me how to hold a square. And you don't have to be a fabricator to do this. You can be any kind of creator, or maybe you're just doing something in your house. But in my case, I'm making a little shelf thing for a table for my holiday market. And I've got my 4 pieces cut, 2 long ones, 2 short ones. I'm making a rectangle. You fit them together as best you can. If you're welding, you want to have tight gaps, right? You don't want a great big old gap. Because not only will you be hogging it in with a bunch of weld and it will look gross, but the more heat you put into something, the more it's going to move and pull. Whether you're working with steel or wood or cardboard or anything, when you have your 4 pieces set up, you want to check, not so much with a square, although you can do that. Where's mine? Especially if you have one that hasn't been used as a hammer yet. This is a great way to at least kind of get it into a rough square. It looks like I've already got it cut fairly okay. You want to have it clamped in place. I don't have an acorn table. I would love to have a layout table where I could just drop clamps in wherever I needed one. You want to hold your pieces in place so that you're not chasing, movement. And you always check your square going corner to corner. They should be equal. Read the same side of the tape. I kind of have it hooked on the bottom. I have 27 3/4 on the dot. 27 15/16. So this one is too big. There are several ways we can fix that. We can bump the corner here or here inward to make that length shorter and this one longer at the same time. In my case though, I've got a gap. So I'm going to close up my gap a little tighter, check my other corners. Don't use your hand as a hammer. If you're good, you can keep your clamps just loose enough that you can beat them around. You can beat the pieces around without completely losing the square that you had. 27 3/4. 13/16. This one is still big by a 1/16 of an inch. I could keep beating it around, but I also think I can move this with heat just enough. So this is within tolerance for me, like a 1/16 of an inch over whatever this is, 2 feet, I cut them months ago, is fine for me. This is too big. I want to shrink it in. So I'm going to weld these 2 corners first because the heat will expand it and then pull it in, acting as a... Sorry, that shut off. I don't know where I was. So corner to corner, just a little bit too big. So I'm going to weld these. They're going to open up, close up, and hopefully get exactly where I want it to be. Eyes. I don't think TIG vertical down is code, so any CWIs don't watch. I couldn't see. If it's no good, it's because I couldn't see. The sun was in my eyes. Just for a moment, just to see how it feels. Let's see what happens. 27 and just shy of 3/4. 27 and a little bit over 13/16. Wait for it to cool. Move your clamps, beat it around if you have to. Double check that you are even on both sides. Looks like exactly 24. This is 24. It's 14. Close enough for the girls we run around with. Corner to corner. So 27 3/4. Yeah, 27. Also good enough for me. Now I tack the corners where it's not going to hinge and finish welding the whole thing out. But really the takeaway of this is if you want something square, clamp it down to a surface or weigh it down if you're doing a project with a different media, and do your length and your width both ways and go corner to corner. I was out of college before someone just taught me corner to corner to hold a square. Thank you for coming to my mini weld talk.